Hi, this is Danny Lewis, a course developer and tutor here at Point Blank Online. And this series of videos is from the Logic dubstep course that I developed with Johnny Miller from Just Listen and Sonar Pilot Audio. An easy way to get some musical stuff down is to gather together a collection of different sampled chords, and it could be from your own personal collection or from different tunes that you've taken these out, or a collection online. The examples that I have here are from rhythm-lab.com. And it's a real selection, lots of different textures. So the plan is to basically drop a bunch of these onto the keyboard and trigger them in real time on top of a beat and see what comes out. So the beat I've got is a more kind of electronic and deep kind of texture. I think these kind of sounds could sit quite nicely on top, and then what we're doing here is putting these musical elements down and then getting an idea for a bass line. So it's kind of the opposite to what we were looking at last week. So let's do this. Let's add the EXS24. And all we do is click on Edit. Choose a bunch of sounds. I'm going to grab a selection. So holding down Shift. In fact, let me make it wider. Let's go from maybe over here. Let's go to about here. And when I drag over and let go, it asks us about the actual zones, and I'm going to say I want these to span for about 5 different keys each. I'm going to click OK, and now see below, each one can go up and down a little bit. So look. The other thing at the moment, can you hear there, when I've let go of the keys, by the way, and it just keeps going on. So what we need to do is to select all of these, untick one shot. So one shot is literally saying if you push a key, it's going to play to the very end of the sample, and the lengths of these are all over the place. So we're taking that off. Going to close this, going to give it a file name. So we're going to say here sampled chords, and that collection now is ready to be triggered. Let's take away the media window, and let's put the beat on, and let's just see how things sound. I'm going to try and go through contrasts. Going to transpose up the keyboard. Okay, that's sounding quite good. Let me find that again. I quite like that, but it's feeling a little bit kind of relaxed. I'm wondering if there's anything else I could do. Maybe. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a couple of those in and transpose the keyboard up and see what else I can find. So I'm looking for a new one to fill the gaps there. Let me just come back over here. Transpose the keyboard down. Try the faster, and then another one. Okay, let me get the 2 in there that I had. I think that's working. Let me just go to these. It's got an interesting deep vibe to it. See if I can find something else to go. So maybe that one I just played might fit. Okay, it could do, but it feels like the tuning is a little bit too out. So I'll show you what we can do with that. Let me record this in. Now actually listening back to that, I'm quite enjoying that. But let me show you what I was going to show you, which is the ability to retune some of these. Let me take out this extra note and let's just keep this looping on solo. So you can see the keys. Right, it's this one here. If we wanted to change the tuning, can you see over here we've got coarse and fine tuning. So I can adjust this. So I could take it higher. Just click on here. So it's working well there. Now I'll show you coarse tuning. So you can adjust the actual transposition of the sample. So coarse tuning in semitones here and then sense over there. But you know, I'm feeling now when I listen to it all together, I actually like how it's sounding. I'm going to close this, save it. It's got a nice interesting vibe to it. There's a lot of bass coming from the first sample though. Gonna roll that off so that we can get a bass line on top. Gonna stick a compressor on as well. Just deal with some of these volumes. Yeah, it's got a nice vibe to it now. So yeah, it's the contrast of the different chords from different places which creates this really interesting vibe. So look, I'll stop there and what we'll do is try and create a bass line that's going to go with that on the next video.